Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rosero Network. I am Dan. I am joined by Dean. Hello, Dean.
Hello, everybody.
Dean, fish. And as you said before we started, a Mac wallpaper.
That's what it looked like.
We are looking at Ancestors, a Humankind Odyssey.
Okay.
Which is the official name for Patrick Désilets' Patrice Désilets, sorry, did I say Patrick? That's so rude of me. Patrice Désilets' next game. And I say next game, he hasn't made a game in 10 years.
Bloody
he's
hell.
been making this, obviously.
Right.
But I mean, he hasn't shipped a game since his days at Ubisoft.
Doing Assassin's Creed?
Yes, he was the father of Assassin's Creed, the creator. Désilets is obviously, he was creative director on Prince of Persia Sands of Time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like an evolution, like the circle of life kind of
right.
thing. It's this kind of, this is the intro. So we're showing you basically the first 10-15 minutes of Ancestors, and then we're going to jump around a bit, and I'm going to talk you through mechanics and stuff like that. From mating to what the actual game is. But yeah, so we went to Paris this week to play it. Played it for a couple of hours. We spoke to Patrice as well, and Patrice, we did an interview with him, which will be going up on the channel. Really interesting. He's really kind of candid as well and really open. It was great. I love interviewing devs that actually sound like a person than a press release.
Right, yeah.
So it's refreshing. But yes, this is our lineage. So in Ancestors, Dean, you are not one monkey, you are a lineage.
Right.
So kids, grandfathers, elders, the lot.
Oh, okay.
That is you.
So you're not like just like one set character. You're kind of all of these apes.
Exactly. We are the family. We are our clan. And it is your job. First, the main job is to survive. This is an open world survival game, but with a difference. And yeah, this is look at him.
Well,
yeah, that's fucked.
Guess Grandpa's dead.
So yeah, this is how the game starts, and we get chased off a tree, and we bounce around, and we hit the ground. So yeah, like our first job is we're with a little baby monkey now. They've all got names and stuff. I don't know. I didn't check what the name was. So we're looking for where to go. So this is our intelligence, and we can then we can locate various places and various objects in the environment, and we can pin them and we can head towards them. So yeah, our first objective as the little baby monkey is to basically find somewhere to hide, and that's what we're doing.
The intelligence thing, you can tell it's a bit kind of influenced by Eagle Vision from the Assassin's Creed
I didn't
series.
really think of that. Yeah, like when I did the video with Cullum from Video Gamer, he was like detective mode. But yeah, Eagle Vision was probably the right one.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've lost the child of our clan, and it's now our job as one of the bigger apes, one of the adults, is to go and find him.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just gonna kind of head towards him. So this is our sensors now. So we're using sensors.
Okay.
And there he is, the yellow. So we can we know where he is. So yeah, basically those are the two things. You got your sensors, and also you probably shouldn't drop that. There is fall damage, but I managed to grab onto the tree at the bottom. So yeah, you've got sensors and intelligence, and those kind of level up as you kind of go on.
Okay.
We found a little baby.
Good.
We found it. Him. Her. We found them.
Can continue the lineage.
Yeah. So like, and do you think it's cool because they can just kind of ride on your back?
Yeah.
So we're going to go back to the clan. No, actually we're not. We're going to go and check if the elder attacked by the bird is still alive. So we jump around a bit because this game is a game of trial and error, and there is a lot of error on mine and a lot of trial.
Okay.
So we played it for 2 hours, and I didn't feel like I got it until the last kind of 20 minutes, half an hour. It takes a while for it to click because you're trying stuff. For instance, like this, right? We're inspecting that now. So there's the cloud of like the mist around it.
Yeah.
That's because we don't know what it is. That's our perception. That's like our fear of it.
Okay.
Until we smell it, and then we're like, oh look, we've discovered this. It's a kapok fiber. And like the kapok fiber, we can actually use it. So it's See in the bottom left now, you've got the little symbol.
Yeah, is
that means that we're not immune, but we're better equipped against bleeding attacks.
Oh, okay.
So big birds with claws and stuff like that.
Is it a game of crafting? So like you can pick up a bunch of materials like that kapok fiber and make, I don't know, spears and stuff?
Well, not with a kapok fiber, but you can make spears and stuff. Yeah, we do a little bit of that in a bit. It's a survival game with a difference, right?
Right.
You've got an inventory of 2.
Okay.
Left hand, right hand. That is it.
Okay.
So, like, you can't craft, like, you can't go and make... Oh, this is the swinger as well. It's pretty cool. It just kind of works, and it takes a while to get used to. But yeah, you don't have to, get 1,000 rocks to build, like a shelter.
Okay.
Like, this is the evolution of man, effectively.
Ooh,
yeah, and there is fall damage as well. And when you fall, you can break a leg, which slows you down, which in this environment is very dangerous.
And is it that you're stuck with a broken leg until you find stuff to heal it with?
So your broken limbs tend to heal over time.
Okay.
So you can go to sleep and kind of speed that process up. But they do slow you down a lot. Like, there's different levels of broken as well.
Okay, so a fracture to the bone being completely snapped.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know what it is. Like, I just know that on the one level, it's like white. And then I got attacked again by a warthog and it went red and I was slower. But see in the middle, that circle, right?
Yeah.
That circle is like your health. Like, at the moment, I'm struggling.
Okay.
Like, so I've got to fill the whole circle. And you do that by sleeping, by eating, by drinking, by making sure that you're not dead, basically not injured. So we found an egg here and we've eaten it.
That's bold.
It is.
Like right in the nest as well.
Yeah, and now we've got like a stomach kind of bug.
Oh.
It's upset our stomach because we're a herbivore. We're not an omnivore.
Okay.
So I think those are the right terms.
Right. So you're not used to eating
eggs and stuff like that. Yeah,
okay.
And so you have to evolve to be able to do that, basically.
Right.
So we're heading back to our clan now to tell them about Steve. I called him Steve.
Steve, Grandpa Steve.
Grandpa Steve, who is dead. So this is like really early on. I'm not sure how much of this is in the game after, because it gets to a point in a minute where it just goes, "See ya, it's up to you now." So it's a bit the little dances and stuff.
Okay. And you go. What is your goal? Just to evolve?
Yeah. They weren't very clear about that, to be completely honest. But he's like, "Where is he? Where is he?" No, he's dead, mate. He's dead. He's gone. He's gone.
Grandma is lost her hubby.
Yeah, so they're not very clear on what it is, the objective is.
Yeah.
But I think the whole idea is there is no objective per se. There's no like missions and stuff like that. It is to kind of just survive and evolve and stuff like that. And they kind of said there was a little thing in the sky then, like a little meteor. So it kind of it seems like there's breadcrumbs to stuff to do.
Right.
Like we're going to see it now as we get to the edge of the cliff. You see like the plume of smoke.
Yeah.
So like naturally our next objective would be to go to that. But we can't go far enough into the jungle to that.
Okay.
Because we're not equipped for that.
Ah.
So once you go past a certain like it's almost kind of zoned off, but it's not. It's like it's the fear of the unknown. It's like you'll see it in a bit. I think I included a little bit of footage, but basically like it comes like it's a little bit foggy and you have these kind of weird kind of hallucination symbols and stuff like that, as if like you're not meant to go. And also I just get attacked by a bird about now.
Oh god.
And no tree, but luckily kind of grab onto that, but I'm bleeding now. This is kind of the problem with the game, because I wouldn't say it's a problem with the game, or maybe it is. Yeah, it's a little bit of like I don't know how to heal myself.
Right.
I don't know how to stop the bleeding, so I have to work out how to stop the bleeding, which can be quite daunting early on if you don't know anything.
Yeah.
So what we're doing here now is we're gathering ferns to pile up to build a bed.
Okay.
So in the end, like, I'm just showing you this kind of like, but there are beds already there. But this is how you create beds and stuff like that. And you can kind of stockpile stuff. But basically, in Blue Peter vein, it's like, here's one we made earlier. So I move that over. And then when you kind of go to these sleep spots, like you kind of learn It's all for your development. So I discovered a new construction, a sleep spot. And at the sleep spot, we can do the neuronal development, or we can sleep, basically. So we're sleeping to get rid of our stomach bug, basically, and to rest and to get some health back. But we're still bleeding. That is the big problem.
Okay.
But yeah, this is your kind of neuronal development.
Is this like a skill tree sort of thing?
Yeah, kind of. And you kind of do it by doing various things. So like that, we just learned that we can use the ability to switch hands with objects, because at the moment, before this, we only had one hand we could use. Now we can switch from the right hand to the left hand.
Okay.
And that means we can do, well, actually, in a minute, we'll go back to that, Dean. But what we can do, what we have to do as well, is we have to grow our clan.
Right.
Well, we can't let it die out. Like, so you've got to create generations. So you've got to bond and you've got to mate. So this is what we're doing. We're bonding now. We're grooming, and we go to the next level. I assume there's more levels after that, but we formed a couple.
Nice.
It's as easy as that back then. Just stroke someone and you're in a couple.
Yeah, we go.
It's not like that now. Don't do that, folks.
I mean, unless you like think of Tinder as a like swipe. Now you might be a couple.
Okay. I don't know what Tinder you're using. But yeah, so like this was 10 million years ago in Africa. So we're going to lie down. It can be a little bit like finicky at the moment, so it does need a little bit of polish. Like we need to move further in so that they can get onto the bed, basically. And then we can lie down and we can call our mate over, and then it kind of cuts away, thankfully. And then time flies, 20 minutes.
Can you feel the love by
half
Elton
an hour
John?
That took. Half an hour, and she's pregnant.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's
as easy as
taxing
that.
Pregnancy.
And then we can grab our little guy. We can put him on our back.
Was he sitting there just watching?
I think he was. That's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird, but yeah. And then this is kind of important for neuronal development as well. Because that's the kind of stuff that you kind of level up. But you can see the little eyes there. The little red
is
eyes.
that like fears?
That's the fear, because I don't know that object. So you can mark stuff, and then you can
spooky.
go up to it and you can inspect it. So it's kind of all about expanding your horizons, basically.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's still black with a little kind of bit of mist, but I've inspected it, so I know that this is a dry branch. So that it just said on the screen, I can become omnivorous. So I'm smelling it now. I'm looking at it, but I've got the ability for both hands now. I think we skip ahead because it takes me fucking ages to work this out. But we skipped ahead actually. But you can actually alter it now.
Okay.
Which I couldn't do before. So I can strip it, and I've turned a branch into like a spear, effectively. And you learn those skills, and they help with your development from like a neurological level and stuff like that. So it gives you these little bits of help early on, but not a lot, to be honest. A lot of it is like stockpiling with identical items, which I was talking about when you put the ferns down. But it doesn't really give you much outside of that. It's very much about your experimentation, about your discovery, about you trying to work shit out, basically. But there's things like you can do like this, like this is a landmark, and this improves like kind of part of our. We have different kind of avenues to upgrade ourselves. I say upgrade, to evolve.
Right.
Like you've got mobility one, you've got intelligence, you've got communication, that kind of thing. And I think this one's an intelligence one. But discovering landmarks helps boost kind of your evolution, stuff like that.
You're still bleeding, and every now and then you can see just like spurts of blood come out.
You know
of you.
what? I didn't heal it in the entire session. I had to ask a dev at the end how to heal it. And he said something about using like a fern and then stripping it and then using a rock in the other hand. And I was like, really?
A lot of steps to it.
How was I meant to work that out?
Yeah.
But like we've just opened up more pathways now. So we can basically now we can the detection range of non-edible sources is increased. That was in the intelligence. And then in the communication, now we can gather all the clan members, which we couldn't do before.
Okay.
So that allows us then to take our clan and set up camp elsewhere.
Right.
So you can push further into the jungle. We can move as a unit. So you can always you can switch back and forth as well. Like you can change from this guy to somebody else. But like, here you go. You ready? Come on, bitches. So that was the kind of it's still like tutorially. This is just in the open world. We've got a broken bone.
Oh no.
So this is like from like much later on. So there's the fear and the known stuff. We're much further into the jungle, I'd say. So there's a lot more predators.
Okay.
We're quite far away from our camp. And yeah, we're injured. Like, as you see the little eye in the corner, that's our state of mind. We're absolutely terrified. There is a massive snake that we just saw that is now going to follow us.
Oh
Look
no.
at the size of that. But
huge.
obviously being an ape, we had the advantage of climbing. Snakes do too, but not kind of our ability.
Right.
So we've got a broken leg as well, which isn't ideal. So what? And there's a boar now as well.
Oh, for God's sake.
And we didn't dodge the boar in time, and now he's broken our leg even more. So like we're just going to kind of get away from the ground so that the boar can't attack us. But there's a lot of there's crocodiles, there's saber-toothed tigers and stuff like that.
The world's a dangerous place.
So it really is. And I think this is a cool one. So you can kind of drag predators to predators. And this is kind of what we did here.
Oh,
we dragged like a saber-toothed tiger into one of those big pythons, and it takes it down, and it's kind of cool. And that also kind of wildlife discovery as well will then go towards improving your kind of neurons and your neural pathways and stuff in your brain. Basically, you upgrading and stuff like that. But yeah, like there's loads of different little things that you can do. Discovering new wildlife as well helps you kind of upgrade your character. And obviously water, that's an important source.
Oh, you're not bleeding and broken boning anymore?
No, like, because these are different kind of run-throughs.
Okay.
So the one where I'm bleeding, I basically... to end the video, we run through a couple of the thing. But yeah, this is a different playthrough, basically. So there are other things that you can do and stuff like this. Obviously, being like about lineage and generations, you can change your generation and you can lock knowledge to the next generation.
Okay.
So that means that all your elders are going to die effectively, or your kind of adults are going to turn to elders, and all your kids are going to turn to adults. So this is where you kind of have to keep your kind of your lineage going, your clan going by starting families and stuff like that, couples, like recruiting other apes as well, because otherwise you're just going to run out of run out of your clan. You don't want your lineage to end, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So 15 years later, a generation ahead.
That's it. So
how many generations are there?
I just think you can keep on doing this. I don't know.
Jeez.
But like, the objective of the game is to advance.
Okay.
Is to advance your evolution, to evolve. And the next bit we actually look at is about the evolution process. And so look.
Oh no.
Skeleton.
Yeah.
It's horrible, mate.
Someone's died.
It's horrible. So yeah, and then the next bit, neural pathway as well. We can then evolve, basically. So 2% completed objectives. So we played it for like about an hour and we got to 2%.
Okay.
But yeah, now as you can see, like, they're kind of locked in now for the next gen. It's like consoles. They always get better.
Yeah.
So you kind of lock that stuff in. So this is now where we use all of our experiences to evolve forward in time, basically. So you evolve the timeline.
Okay.
But you don't push your generations forward. It's like, this is basically the game. So you do an evolutional leap. So like, we're pushing 9 million. We get certain things, like we get adaptable metabolism. Again, adaptable metabolism, and it adds more years to the clock, and we're slowly advancing through the generations. Well, more than the generations through time. But all the stuff that you've done adds years to your time as you get closer and closer and move through millions of years. So yeah, obviously this is early code, so it says. But yeah, you have to push through and evolve. But yeah, that is Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey. It's coming out in 2019. Yeah. It's very intriguing.
Looks like a very vast game.
Yeah, it's intriguing. So we'll see how it goes on. But it needs a little bit more polish. But hopefully, they've got probably 6 months or so. I don't know. It's out before the end of the year. But hopefully they can, wrap it up. But yeah, it's intriguing to start with, and we're absolutely intrigued to see more. Folks, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, folks. Bye.
Bye.